What is your "it's not what it looks like" story? 1. A long while ago now, I was walking home from a friend's house. We had been smoking and drinking, so I was a little out of it. It was around 1 a.m., and I was almost home when I saw this little old lady doubled over and struggling to walk. I asked her if she was okay and if she needed help. She said she was fine, but asked if I could help her home as she didn't live too far away. So I gave her my arm for her to support herself, and off we went. Her home wasn't that far, but it was slow going. At this point, I had already decided that I was going to ring an ambulance for her, but thought I'd get her home first. When we eventually made it to her home, she took her key and opened her door, only to collapse into her house and pass out. And then the house alarm went off. And then her neighbors appeared. Luckily, the neighbors believed me, and the old lady managed to get some medical attention. 2. Sister went to the bathroom, and I hid under her bed to scare her when she came back in. She came back in only wearing a towel. Turns out she was trying on clothes or something. I yelled loudly, "Hey, I'm hiding under your bed, and I'm coming out with my eyes closed!" At first, I thought to stay put and sneak out later, but figured that would seem way worse when she sees me come out of her room and is like, WTF. 3. I've posted this before on my old account, but it's funny, so I'll share again. My family and I went to this really weird little festival that happens every spring to celebrate a frozen dead guy. I wanted to do the polar plunge with my dad, so I used spray hair dye to make myself look a bit gray, and I put on a fake beard so I could look like his mini-me. It was so windy that year that they couldn't keep the warming tents up, so our alternative option was to pack in the back of a 1970s ambulance and try and undress, then redress in warm clothes with 15 other random naked strangers. My dad didn't want to do that, so he decided he would walk up the main street and change in the cafe bathroom. Unfortunately, it was so cold and windy that hypothermia was starting to set in. I had to go into this tiny-ass bathroom with my dad to help him get changed. As we were nearly done, some old lady came barging in the bathroom because we were taking way too long. At that very moment, I realized I had fucked up. My dad was standing up, and I was on my knees trying to button up his jeans. Levi 501S have a lot of buttons, and they are weird to button on someone else. She had a look of horror on her face, and the only thing I could blurt out was, "No, it's okay, he's my dad." That was absolutely not the right thing to say, LOL.